Hello and welcome to VoiceWhat presents the great business story transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. Comviva has grown from a mobility pioneer into a global digital platforms company powering payments, messaging and data-driven services for telecoms, banks and enterprises. Today, through its AI-led Comviva 2.0 vision, it enables seamless digital financial experiences for over 2 billion users worldwide. And joining us today on NDTV Profit is Mr. Rajesh Chandiramani. He's the CEO of Comviva. Rajesh, thank you very much for speaking to us on NDTV Profit.
It's my pleasure, Nupur, to be on this show and happy to answer all your questions.
Right, so let's begin at how would you describe Comviva's journey so far, and tell us a bit more about the early mobility days where you started off, and then how have you transformed over the years into this global digital ecosystem?
Yes, sure. So Nupur, if you see, Comviva used to be Bharti Telesoft. This was the product company which Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal envisaged and visioned to become the product company from India. And pretty much started with the first customer to be Bharti Airtel as the first customer. And we pretty much did everything in messaging. So pretty much build all the platforms grounds up, serving hundreds of millions of customers for Bharti Airtel. And that vision brought us into the messaging space. Eventually, we became a dominant value-added services player, providing messaging services to telcos across content, short messaging, voice messaging, so the complete messaging portfolio. That's where it started. And when Airtel decided to buy the African operations of Zain Telecom, that's when we actually grew beyond India. So we were serving all the telcos in India as a dominant messaging player. We then expanded our reach into Africa, and the very first product in Africa which we built was wallet. Because Africa is predominantly people who don't have credit scores, who are down bottom of the pyramid, and Airtel was serving these hundreds of millions of customers. So that's where we built. The second vertical of Comviva, which is the FinTech vertical, serves more than 400 million underprivileged end users in Africa and Middle East. And that's where the product started. The second phase of the growth happened when Comviva went out in Australia and bought a MarTech company called Imagine, which had a dominant market share within the Australia and New Zealand market, serving the telcos like the Optus, TPG. Those days it used to be Vodafone Australia. Those were the operators we were serving, and then we took that MarTech position as a dominant MarTech position in telcos across the globe. So, today as we stand, we have 4 verticals, and we have had the journey from being a Bharti Telesoft to a Mahindra Comviva, and now Comviva. We serve about 150 telcos, 40 odd banks, present across 100 countries, and a digital platform player enabling the telcos and the banks ecosystem.
So basically you work across continents, you work with banks, you work with enterprises, you work with telecom operators. Of course, that's where you started off from. Now, for a general viewer who's sitting right now in his living room, what does Comviva actually power in their everyday lives? Also, what are the challenges that you witness from consumers as such?
So if you look at a modern consumer today, everyone is used to a rich digital experience. I mean, we all use Flipkarts, Amazon, services, and it's, especially with quick commerce, you see it's just on the click of a button. So that's the kind of user experience the retail is giving us. Telcos still seem to be left behind because their focus traditionally has been on building networks and serving what was telco products. Now telcos envisage themselves as the predominant commodity or service in the hands of the customer, right? No Flipkart, Uber or Amazon can be successful if we don't have a telco serving the client, because everything is connected. Now, that rich user experience is what Comviva is delivering for telcos across the globe, whether it is in LATAM, Mexico, America, Europe, Australia, India, where we are digitizing the user experience for telcos, creating marketplaces for them, creating products which are beyond telco and are able to bundle it and improve the quality of life of a consumer by consuming more and more services in a digital way. When I look at bank, I think digital banking, India has taken a lead, and we are predominantly working with some of the top banks as well here, both in the experience layer, the digital experience layer, and also when it comes to embedded payments. I mean, India has taken a big lead when it comes to embedded payments. You know the UPIs, and the world is following it. And I think Comviva plays a very, very strong role in digitizing the banks and embedding embedded payment scheme.
You stepped into this role a while ago. What were the significantly big shifts that you have brought into the company, and how would you look at unlocking its next phase of growth?
So good question, because I've been in this job now for just about 6 or 7 quarters, and it's been very satisfying and fulfilling because we are growing better than most of the technology platform companies globally. When I walked into the job, I think one of the big challenges was the customers had our products. They loved the products, but we were not future ready. I mean, the products were not on cloud, we were not on the SaaS journey, AI was at the periphery. So last 7-8 quarters, we have actually worked very hard in making the platforms AI first, leveraging the agentic capability which we have in technology. We already had some of our products cloud ready. Now we have 100% of our platforms which is cloud ready, and we are going in the SaaS journey. If all goes well, I think we'll become one of the most predominant SaaS company from India. So making SaaS products in India and taking it to globe. And today I operate to about 200 customers across the globe in 100 countries. So that's the kind of impact we are trying to create with our platforms and technology.
All right, now of course across the globe, we'll talk about that a little later, but tell us, how do you see Comviva actually contributing to India's digital and financial transformation? You do make in India at this point in time and then take it abroad, but at home, how do you see your company enhancing the way that Indians actually use mobile services?
So look, we have been working with the Indian mobile ecosystem past 26 years. Okay, we started with Airtel. We pretty much captured the complete space on the messaging front, on the digital experience front, on the products front. I think we continue to do that at scale. I think our partnership with some of the hyperscalers like AWS, Microsoft, and Google Cloud is helping us scale up those technologies even bigger and instant. We are learning a lot from these hyper technology companies and bringing in some of the best platforms which even the world is yet to experience in India. I mean, we predominantly work with all 3 operators here, Airtel, Jio, and Vodafone Idea. We also work with media companies. So we are just bringing in the digital layer on top of what traditional telcos used to be and helping them transform from being a pure telecom commodity company to a digital technology company. You're
also quite big in emerging markets, as we were earlier speaking about. Now, you are building from India and you are servicing and trying to solve problems in Africa, the Middle East, Latin America, where you're also quite big. So what are the experiences and the learnings that you're bringing back from those markets back into India?
So I think, first of all, we are very unique because we were born in India and we grew in emerging world, and now we are creating a dominant position in the growth markets, and that's where the focus of growth is. I think what comes in from that part of the world is, of course, the pace at which the services get consumed by the consumers, the openness which the consumers over there have, the maturity. I think from a technology perspective, India has taken a lead already, and we are proud that we are a part of India ecosystem, the digital ecosystem, and serving the globe. I think India needs more and more of Comviva, because that's how India will become the Silicon Valley of the world, and no more California, the Silicon Valley. So we are trying our best to bring in the best of the experiences from both worlds together and build digital platforms of future.
Absolutely. Now, to sum it all up, of course, we've understood that you brought about a transformation as far as AI is concerned. But give us a bit more of an idea about what your growth strategy is going to look like, and what are the aspects that you will be focusing on to be able to increase revenues for Comviva?
Good question, because we are on our strategy redefinition month. December is when we sit down together and define the strategy. So look, when I walked in, we started with Comviva 2.0. Comviva 2.0 was all about expanding into markets where we don't exist. And we have seen a phenomenal success. Customer love the technology we are bringing in because A, it has scale, it has delivered value, it's very competitive in price, and we are able to demonstrate a unique capability on the digital. And India has got a lead on digital anyways. So we are able to get that respect in the market. So that journey of expanding in growth market with 2.0 was successful. We sat down last December and we said, what do we now scale up? Because we set targets and we are achieving them. How do we overset the target? So we came back and we came up with something called Horizon 2.0. Now Horizon 2.0 has two pegs. One is building products which are beyond our comfort zone. So we are getting into other industries like retail, travel transport. We've just won a very large contract with a customer called UPS in America, which is just a diversification beyond the traditional banking and telco where we have been operating. So we have got into logistics. We want to get into travel logistics. We want to get into retail. We want to get into CPG. And that's where we will be building platforms. Again, build in India, take it to the world. And those are my strategy on Horizon 2.0.
Rajesh, it was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you very much for joining us on NDTV Profit, and we wish you all the very best.
Thank you very much, Nupur, for your time and your patience. Thank you.